You've encountered the Empire of Urit. Well met, a fine day it is for commerce and conversation. Where did we find them? Oh, they're in the waters already. Lots and lots of them in the waters already with boarding vessels. How are they cracking those out so quickly? Let's get good. I am the gamer under development, and this is Endless Legend Symbiosis. We are playing as the Morgawr, and we are using the Endless Legend community patch that is the ELCP by Leader Enemy Boss. Alright, so when we last left off, we had expanded into the second region. We were trying to work our way into this third one, but we ran into some issues with the questline here, which was honestly really frustrating because I actually recorded that episode twice. The first time we got a really good questline here, and we got pacification on everything in this region and this region super easy. Unfortunately, halfway through, I turned the mic off for a second to blow my nose and then never turned it back on again. So I just re-recorded the whole episode, and we got way worse quests the second time around that were basically uncompletable, and in trying to do so, we lost our entire first army. So now we have to be a little bit more careful about how we're doing things. This Urses is meant to come over here and take these Urses out. Now that we've pacified, we should not be getting any more of these random Ursi spawns in our region once we get rid of those guys. These Tetykes up here, if they decide to cause some problems for Ramp, we may need to deal with. But as of right now, we don't need to worry about them too much. I do want to say, somebody pointed out in the comments that I am not accounting for the happiness malice of building districts, and they're absolutely right. And the main reason for that is I'm just used to getting them done so quickly that it levels things up and increases our happiness. That has not happened though, so I do need to be more aware of that going forward, which is fine. That's something we've sort of got to account for. Now, as we zoom back out, I'm going to make sure our Vor army that's out is doing things, because that's our go-to guy right there. We want to get naval control established here very, very quickly. So we're going to go after this thing that only has one in it now, which means that we can either pacify, parlay, no, or we can just go after it. I think we'll just go after it here. The question is the Vor going to be strong enough to kill whatever's in there? And I think that it should be. So we're going to hopefully get this, this naval facility right here. I'm not going to auto this, we'll manual it. I guess it really doesn't matter, they're just two units beating on each other. However, they go first, so we're gonna want to pull back to our... How does the Vor have a movement speed of 2? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So, okay, he's gonna go 3, we're gonna go 2, that's fine. However, I'm not sure what that terrain right there does, so we may pull back even further. Or wait, we'll go right here. That makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. No. We don't want you to go there. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go right there, and then swing there. Go on. You got this, buddy. Get him, Vor, get him! Aw, there we go. There's that acid spray we wanted. Beautiful. Okay, so he didn't get any damage on that exchange, which means we're probably gonna win this fight here, because at this point it's just a brawl now. Oh, how did we get nothing from that? Come on, Vor, you gotta do damage, buddy. You gotta do damage here. Excellent. Okay, so he barely survived, but it was enough for us to take this facility, which means we now have a new source of titanium, which is awesome, because titanium is something we're trying to play catch-up on a little bit. That's great, though. That's exactly what we wanted. So, where do we want to send our naval unit now? Let's keep going out this way. Chances are there's more facilities out here. There is. There's one right there. And from what we can tell, that is a bastion, and that's all it is. Okay, so all we can see is the larger towers. We can't see the things that are attached right now, which is fine. We do want to get more Vor out there soon, but currently we're working on dust filtration and some other things to bring our dust up, and we're also trying to burn our way into the industrial megapole here. How many turns till our next Empire plan? 8. That will boost our happiness, so I'm going to go ahead and pop it right now, because getting some extra happiness would be great for us. We cannot assimilate the Urses, but we will be able to next turn, which is the plan. So now, with our approval rating up to 75%, we should be generating a little bit more dust, or rather, that kept us where we were at. How unfortunate. That's okay. Gonna go ahead and end our turn here. What I want to do is get some happiness improvements built. That's why we have this sewer system in queue. I believe it's also in queue over here if it's not already built. Yeah, Ramf just completed it, and it's in queue at our other city, so that should hopefully help with our happiness, and likewise, getting higher happiness should help with other issues. Oh, hello there. There's that other Ursi's army that we had no chance of defeating. So we're going to move this guy up here, and we did just make a scout here, and the main reason we put them out is because we want to try to take advantage of this dust eclipse. Being that we're kind of dust-starved, taking care of this dust eclipse is going to be one of the best things we can do. 130 dust, beautiful. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If we get over there for the next check, that'll be even better. These guys do represent a potential risk to this unit, but I'm not sure they represent enough of a risk for us to worry about it too much. We really just want to search that ruin, and they may move away from it by the time we get up there, which is totally fine. Okay, and then we've got our Vor down here that we want to do some exploration. Go get us that pearl, Vor. Do it. Go find a pearl. Okay, so we got another pearl there. Hey, more pearls. There's also a thing he can search, and it looks like that bastion is just on its own, which is unfortunate. However, it will probably unlock facilities as we increase tech eras, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, if we don't have the tech for the hero market yet, we need that very, very soon. So we're already in Era 2. We are getting luxuries right now. We don't have Empire Mint yet, which is actually kind of a big one for us. I think we might spend a little bit of extra time here in Tier 1, although I know that we're kind of better off jumping to Tier 2 and getting, like, canal systems and canal locks right away. That's really tough, though. Central Market is also a great one for us right now. Mercenary Market is a great one for us right now. There's just so many techs available that could be extremely useful. Ooh, plus 10 on city just for having it. Limited 1 copy in your city, can only be built on coastal waters or ocean with exploitations, creates ocean trade routes. So that's actually something that could be really strong for us too. I think we're gonna rush that. And then once that's rushed, we'll probably pick up... Don't want the Leviathan yet, could be useful, but it's just not something we absolutely need. I would like to get the Central Market soon. I think the Central Market is something that'll help us a lot very, very quickly. And then after the Central Market, I think our best bet is probably going to be to pick up canal locks here in hydrology. So that's what we're going to do. And at some point, it's going to make sense for us to come back here and get Mercenary Market. I mean, we may want to do that first. I'm gonna stop jumping the gun here, guys. I usually jump straight into Tier 2 thinking, hey, this is a really, really good idea. I should just do this. But the thing is, there's a lot of techs in Tier 1 that we absolutely want to have before we continue, including the Mercenary Market, as well as this armor, this science, and that dust. And we're going to get all of those things before we move on, because I'm not going to rush through it anymore. I think we're going to be better served by doing that than trying to rush into Tier 2 techs. Honestly, by the time we get those things done and sort of going, we should be able to generate more science anyway and get to our Tier 2 techs a little bit faster. So I think that's fine. Alright, we have 175 dust now. We are actually not dust-starved, so to speak. We are still losing 10 per turn, though. Hopefully the sewer system will help to counteract that a little bit, as it should bring a little more happiness here. If we can get these guys up to Fervent, and we can get Ramp up to Fervent, that might... Yeah, Ramp is already at Fervent. So if we can go from this to Fervent, that should go up to 30% additional dust and science, which will make up all the trouble. Also, we should do this. Bam. Minus 15... Well, it's not minus 15. It's plus 15% improvement reduction cost on our Empire. So that is real good. As you can see, it's brought down the turns there a little bit, and it should bring down the turns of all the stuff over here very well as well. Or also. So we get Altar of Auriga here in 2 turns now, which is excellent. Did we put a settler in queue here yet? We did not, but we want a settler in queue here for sure. We're going to probably leave it where it's at in the back. Mainly because we don't want to found another city before our next Empire plan. That'll end up hurting us more than helping us. Can we get another pop here? We can't. 3 more turns. Okay. So, there we go. Ending our turn. Getting reasonable growth. I mean, Shirel and Ramp are almost the same exact population right now, which is really good. Hey, Open Pit Mine is done. Mercenary Market is in progress right now. Open Pit Mine being done means we can start gathering luxury resources, which are great because boosters like that... Oh, come on! Somebody beat us to the Industrial Megapole. Sad times, guys. Sad times. That is always like the worst thing in the game for me, is when we lose that, because it's such a good improvement. Inspect the ruins indicated by the ray of dust with a hero to locate Igor, then return him to his master. The Ursi's leader looks you square in the eye, tells you that his people have lost something extremely valuable. Will you help us recover it? He asks his followers, faces deep and serious. You offer to help. The leader replies, for us, sheep are the noblest creatures. Intelligent, peaceful, soothing. I have lost my sheep, Igor. Oh my gosh. Igor's gift, minus 50% food on city? What? A supernaturally large and hungry sheep is famous for depleting food stocks. Don't believe it's just an object, it's your very own pet. Okay. So that's not necessarily useful, but sure. Unfortunately, that does mean that our Dust Eclipse is over here. That does also mean, though, that we're going to be able to do this, which is great. Got our scout, got our militia. That seems like a fine deal right there. Go! Okay, so you guys are obviously gonna just brawl. Like, just get in there and brawl. That's all we want. And while we're at it, are these... No, these are our infantry. We're getting reinforcements from our militia. Oh, no, there's our scout right there. Okay, so for our scout here, what we want to do is we want to buff the Ursies with Bloodlust, which does damage the unit, but it also gives it better attack power and initiative, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and use that on one of our Ursies. He's going to take a little bit of damage, but he's also going to hit harder, which is fine. And then our other Ursies is just going to whoop butt too. However, we are going to try to buff that Ursies as well, and then get these guys in here to just sort of work on enemies. Whoa, 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 why do they have a third reinforcing? Oh no, they don't, that's us, okay. I was like, how'd they get a third Ursies? Get them, boys. So that militia unit in range now to get its damage on. And our range guy's doing a little bit of damage there. As you can see, the 18 damage they do really isn't worth it. It's honestly better to have them Bloodlust a more powerful unit. So we're gonna do that more reliably, I think. Yeah, there we go. Get them, boys. Get them. Oh, hit for 70 again. Come on, you know you want to. He stunned him for 30, though. That's perfect. Now they're just done. So this region should be safe here, and once we do this, we can basically kill these guys off as we please. However, it doesn't make as much sense to do that now as it would have previously. Like, we should basically use these to help clear out the Tetaiks here, and potentially these guys as well. Yeah. That seems like the best deal. So I'm gonna send this Ursies over here. No, they take way too many turns to get over there, though. I'll send them over here. If we go this way and we try to take care of the Tetaiks, it takes way too many turns to get over there. And we're not going to get the outcome that we want within a time range that makes it feasible to keep them catspawed. This guy is going to go ahead and pick up that pearl and get his search on. Oh, and we've got Fomorian vessels just sort of roaming right now, which is interesting. Can you not search that? No, you have to wait a turn. Okay, that's fine. And then they are working on a burrow street. I'm so irritated that we missed out on that. That makes me super frustrated, because it would have been very useful to get that industrial megapole. If we'd gotten that, we could have just started cracking out units, guys. It would have been great. Unfortunately, because we did not get that, it means that our Vor are still taking 3 turns apiece, which isn't ideal, but at the same time, if we can get them out fast enough, we can still sort of maintain a naval dominance there, so that's what I'm going to go for. Alright. I'm very disappointed that we didn't get those as quickly, or didn't get the industrial megapole. That would have made a huge difference to our militarization. Without it, it means we are going to need to get to hydrology probably a little bit sooner, but I do want to make sure that we get mercenary market first, because mercenary market is extremely important. Okay, whoop. The Vor is fighting a boarding vessel that is severely damaged, so we're going to go ahead and do that. For this to be successful, the main thing we need to do is make sure that we are out of his range and he is within ours. Now, he has, I believe, a speed of 3. He does indeed. So if we go right here, he's going to reach us. If we go right here, he's not. We're going to go right here and then leave it on attack him. Since he goes first, he should pull right in front of us, but without being able to reach... Oh, no, he came straight across. My bad. We still won that fight, though, so it's okay. I made a mistake there, but we still won the fight, which is what really matters. Yes, dive. Show me what you got. 6 titanium, that is not good enough. Oop, no, don't go there, we'll die. Let's go check this one out too. Right now we're just basically using him as a naval scout to see what's around. And unfortunately there's not a lot of facilities revealed on that one. So we have titanium here and that's really about it. Alright, Sherelle has completed a thing, it's now working on a burrow, and in 3 turns we will have a settler. but we are 5 turns... Oh, but we did hit Fervent there, so we're getting plus 30% dust. We're still losing dust somehow. However, we should be looking at this. We're 5 turns out right now, which means we kind of want to move everybody over into influence here, which is fine. As long as we're not stifling growth here, which we're not because the settler isn't at the top of the queue, it doesn't matter. And then up here, we're probably going to want to do the same thing, which is going to put our Vor quite a few turns out. We're generating about 40 influence per turn, which means that if we come down here, we'll have our 80 that we need right away. If we have 5 turns at 40 influence, that's about 200 influence we're going to have for our next plan. And I think for that next plan, we're going to want to do that, which is perfect. We should hit 200 just in time. Alright, go for it, guys. Do your things. The main thing we need to do here is we need to get our hero back. He's disabled for 2 more turns. We can restore him for 19 dust, so we're going to do that. We'll get him back right away. We'll probably assign him right here, just to keep him sort of out and in the open. I should have actually brought him home and geared him up first. We can do that, though. We can just pull them one hex over and be like, hey guys, you go over here, please? Yeah, there you go. Okay. So while he's over here and we have a little bit of dust, now is the time to upgrade his gear to whatever we want it to be. Slowdown is decent, exhaustion is probably better, unsteady is also probably better. Let's look at unsteady real quick. Minus 20% attack on the target, exhaustion is minus 20% defense, and slowdown is minus 50% battle movement. So the battle movement is good, but I think that exhaustion is better. Not exhaustion, unsteady. Unsteady is probably better. Especially if we're using minor faction units to fight for us, unsteady is way better, because we can just reduce the amount of damage they take. Oh gosh, that costs too much. So if we get everything but the range damage reduction right here, then we pay 169. Probably more dust than we wanted to spend right there, but at the same time, having our unit ready to fight is kind of important here. We'll send those guys down, and we'll get those guys right here for the moment. That should be fine. Yeah, okay. Ending our turn again. Come on, guys. Do the things. We really want to settle this region. I'm super excited for this. Once we get that region, it's going to change everything, guys. Change everything. So now we have access to... Cargo Nexus facility. And there is an Alayi unit on the border of our little island here. You've encountered the Empire of Urit. Well met, a fine day it is for commerce and conversation. Where did we find them? Oh, they're in the waters already. Lots and lots of them in the waters already with boarding vessels. How are they cracking those out so quickly? Are they just like generic boarding vessels with no improvements whatsoever? Is that the order of the day, essentially? Because if that's the case, like, we can do that. We can put out weaker Vor units. Let's take a look at what it would take to make a very basic Vor. Okay. So if we just put it out the way that it starts, we didn't put any extra gear on it, it would take 90 production. How much does our current Vor take? 170, so that would cut off maybe half the time to produce it. That's still like 2 turns or it's still 1 or 2 turns to get those out. So I don't know how they're that far ahead of us already. Population has grown to 6, sounds good. Probably better happiness management though, let's be honest. Okay, these guys are gonna come in. Now what we could do here is we could cat's paw these guys as well, and then whelp them on that group. That wouldn't actually be terrible, but that is gonna cut into our influence, which will sabotage our empire plan, so I don't think that's a good idea either. I do, however, think this is a fine idea. So we're gonna do this, go for manual here. We are gonna use our Ursies to their best capabilities right away. Get them, boys. Okay, you're our scout, so we want you to buff that guy. Boom. This should probably do it. We should be getting Bloodlust on both guys here. Except for I don't think his buff is actually Bloodlust. I think it's something else. But that's okay. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a good hit. That's a very good hit. What is his buff, actually? It is Hecatomb. It's the one where they explode. That's right. Okay, so that's pretty good here. Yeah, we'll do that. Hecatomb is very, very powerful, guys. I like Hecatomb a lot. Get him, boys. It was so cool when it triggered that last time and just... But why are you continuously casting Hecatomb? It's not going to do any good to stack it. Help with the damage. Help with the damage. Keep the Ursies alive so we can kill that Nidya army, too. There we go. Beautiful. So we got them, which should have given us a quest completion, but I didn't see one. So that's unfortunate. I wonder if we can come over here and parlay now, or if we lost the parlay option entirely when we failed that quest. No, we can. Turn to the village when you are ready to give them 100 dust. Well, that would be a lot easier if we weren't dust negative right now, game. Gee, thanks. I appreciate that. Why you gotta suck so bad? Okay, so if we leave them in production, we will get a Burrow Street in 2 turns. If we leave these guys in production, we'll get a Burrow Street in 1 turn. But if we leave anyone in production, we're not going to have enough influence. Although we did have some influence at the start, so we could probably sacrifice just a little bit of influence here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how many of these guys we need to get our burrow in 1 turn. And I'm going to leave the rest in influence, and then we'll move them all to influence next turn. But for right now, getting that extra burrow could help with our dust deficit. Could also make our dust deficit worse, being honest, but we'll see. I think it'll help more than it'll hurt. Okay, ending our turn here. Give me just a little dust. Just a little. Oh boy. Oh, winter's here. This is no fun. Winter's here, and we're losing way more dust than we were before. And we do have a settler in queue, so that's going to slow growth there. Oh, people voted for -1 on terrain with dust. You guys suck. Okay. So if we retreat here, we're going to lose our Vor anyway, so we're going to go to the location and we're going to fight. They have level 2 ships here. They have Fomorian Slayer and they have Stun 1. Okay. We're going to back him up here. Acid Spray does 25% damage, -10% defense. I feel like maybe we're meant to pair the Vor up with boarding ships, but we haven't been doing that, and that could potentially be part of our problem. Oh yeah, that guy's gonna run in and hit us, and there's nothing we can do about it, so we're just gonna do that fight. Go! Get him! Wow, we hit really hard, though. We do hit really, really hard on them. We may actually kill this guy here before we die. Does not look like it, sadly. Okay, well, you guys have made it very clear that you want to fight over the naval stuff, so that's gonna happen, and it's not gonna end well for you, but that's fine. You guys went ahead and made me angry for no good reason, and now you're gonna pay for it. Okay, so looking here, we can go happiness on ocean exploitation if we want to make him a governor. We've already sort of decided we don't really want him to be a governor, though. We want him to go this way and be sort of a naval leader, in which case... Oh, wait a minute. That's kind of good right there. We could actually use him as an early governor, I suppose. Yeah, I think we'll use him as an early governor, guys. Mainly because... The naval path's not that great anyway. It really just boosts the power of your transport ships and lets you transport units across the water a lot faster. I think we're gonna go with this. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with this, because that naval production bonus is gonna be huge and useful. That'll actually help us get more naval units out there and potentially dominate the seas, which is what we're after. Hey there, buddy. You gonna do the things? You should go do the things. Actually, this is perfect, because if we whelp them here... Oh, that's great. That is just great. If we whelp these guys right here, we won't be paying for them anymore. That'll help our dust deficit quite a bit. Get them, boys. I mean, get wrecked, but also get them. Perfect. That's what we want. Hit harder, boys. Hit harder. If we kill these guys off with our dudes, that'll be perfect. If we don't, it'll still be fine. Like, losing our guys here isn't that bad. We really just want to get rid of some of our dust costs. Okay, so we killed one of theirs, and we're going to probably lose our last Ursies here. Yep. So we killed one of theirs, but we lost the 2 guys we were paying for, and now we're down to -3 dust per turn, which is much, much more manageable, mind you. So that is like that, which isn't a great idea. I might put another burrow in queue here just to keep that settler out of queue so that we don't stifle growth. Because stifling growth here right now while we wait for a settler several turns because we're trying to get enough influence for our empire plan seems like a really terrible idea. So that is our city center. We do not have a district there. We do have them there and there. So that means we probably are building out this way, which means we want to put a burrow here potentially, or here. I think we're going to be better off going here for the moment, just because that's going to give us a little bit of science and industry there. 3 turns till the next empire plan. We should start saving now. We are way, way ahead of you, game. Way, way ahead of you. We do need to put a couple of people in dust here if we want to be able to survive the winter and having 0 dust. So I'm going to put 2 there. It's going to cost us just a little bit of influence to do that, but it's not much. Alright. This guy is probably fine right here, but we're going to move him over here and grab this pearl real quick. And... yeah, I mean, we could go after these other pearls, but it seems silly to move him too far away from these guys because we're just trying to get to our 100 dust here to do this. And honestly, once we finish the mercenary market, we're going to have better ways to make a little bit of extra dust. However, we do have 10 pearls, which means we can buy one of these things, and these things can be really, really powerful depending on how many pacified villages you have and things like that. So in this case, for example, this right here, extremely powerful when you have multiple pacified villages. Here we have 2 pacified villages, so if we built it there, we'd get an extra 2 population, which is really nice. I think we'll pick that one up first. However, it's also nice to grab this one just for the extra science and the better detection on winter. And the stockpile one isn't terrible either, because it just allows you to sort of stockpile resources for when you need to rush stuff out. Oh, that takes 15. Sad times. The stockpile one takes 10. Maybe we'll do that. Nah, let's do that. We'll wait for 15 pearls to do that. Ending our turn. Come on. You can do it. I don't know how many turns this winter is going to last. It looks like it's 3 to 13. It's probably not going to be 13. 13 is way too long for what I believe is our second winter. Which is, you know, it is what it is. Let's go check out the market now that we've unlocked Mercenary Market. I want to see how much the heroes are. The heroes are 300 right now, and I don't know if there are any that are even ideal for the moment. It does not look like there's a single cultist hero on the market, which is somewhat irritating. Maybe other factions have already gotten them, and that's why they kind of got that burst ahead of us on the industrial megapole, but we can't say that for sure. What we can do is we can send this army down here to finish off this lone Nidya here. That would actually be a decent idea. Get them, boys. Finish them. I wish we could actually get dust just from winning this fight, because if we could, that would actually set us up a little bit better. We are going to send our hero out here, and our hero's going to get close, but not too close. How much movement do these guys have? It doesn't matter. He'll go first. Okay. So our hero is going to get close here. We are not going to buff our hero with Bloodlust. That's something we may have done in the past that was kind of a mistake. Instead, what we're going to do is just have everybody go after that Nidya. And since we go first, we are going to be able to hit him and get that -2 attack on him, which is going to be very useful for keeping our hero up. And once again, we're tanking with our hero, because if our hero dies but our units stay alive, then he will actually come back at the end of combat. Last resort, saving us here from having to actually have a strong tanking unit early on. Get them, boys. Only 0 damage. That's incredibly useful. You guys nailed it. Honestly, though, this is going pretty well. The fact that we were able to burn those Ursi's units just as we needed to get rid of them is probably the thing that worked the most in our favor here, and we almost ended up dipping into that last resort, but he didn't quite die there, which is fine. Awesome. Can we get over here and get pearls? We can. Give me the pearls. Give me all the pearls. That's only 13. We can go get a couple more there. Is that 2 or 1? That's 4. That'll be enough to get us the 15 we need to begin working on those facilities that increase our population. Oh, I forgot to look and see if... or I forgot to do that, rather. We don't want to leave the settler in queue there blocking our population growth that long. It doesn't make sense when we can switch everybody over to industry soon. Plus, once that next Empire plan is done, we are absolutely going to settle over here. Since dust is all we need to finish that out, we're 100% in on that. Wait, we left 2 people there on purpose. Okay. That burrow will be done in 2 turns. I believe that burrow should finish it. No. If we'd have got the industrial megapole, it would have finished out our level 2 city center. But since that did not happen, we are 1 district away from it again, which is annoying. I'm so salty they got the industrial megapole. That makes me the most frustrated. And now it looks like the roving clans are about to take that naval base from us. I think we are, yeah, goody. That's great. Lost our naval bases, lost our land units. Everything was going so good, and then it started to fall apart. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and get that now. And then up here we'll have a burrow in 1 turn, and after this this particular winter, we're going to send a settler over here to start our 3rd city, but we're also going to start pumping out naval units, like everywhere we can. In fact, right here we can start making naval units soon as well, and they don't have anything else left to build anyway. so that's kind of ideal. And I think at that point, when we're just sort of popping out naval units all over the place, I think they're probably going to struggle to control the oceans against us. So they're fervent, they are not. We could actually send our hero over here to make that region a little bit stronger, but I think we're going to wait just one moment. And do we know what Ruins of Light that other quest was at? So that one's fine. Inspect the ruins indicated by the ray of light. Where's that at? Oh wow, it's way over there. We're not going to make it to Igor's Gift anytime soon. That's okay. Those are heresies, I believe. Yeah. Alright. So in that case, I think that all that is left to do here is to essentially gather more pearls. And we'll end our turn. We do need one more Vor to actually finish our faction quest. I should have done that a lot sooner. Like, I should have just rushed to basic Vor right in the beginning, but I believe I made a huge mistake there by not doing that. Okay, Empire plan time. We do have 200. We should be able to get all the things that we wanted. Yeah, that's great. That is just a great Empire plan. Okay, everybody back into production. We want all the productions right there. Actually, how many people does it take for you to get to one turn for next pop? Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, okay, so it takes 4 of them to get to one pop in another turn. So we'll go ahead and do that. Leave the rest into production. And then when we go up here, we're gonna take a look at how it'll take 3 turns no matter what. So in that case, we're gonna use these guys to pump out a little bit of extra dust here. And the main reason we want extra dust is because the sooner we hit that 100, the sooner we can complete that faction quest. If we do it like that, it's going to take us 2 turns. If we do it like this, it'll take us less. In fact, I'm curious if we can get there in 1. No. Actually, yeah, we can. We can get there in 1. So that is absolutely what we're going to do here. I'm just going to send these guys back this way. It's probably going to take too long for them to reach there anyway. Darn it. Okay. I may... Actually, let's have them not move yet. Hey, winter is over. That's actually very useful for us right here. The question I have is, do our hero and our scout have the same amount of movement? Because if they do not, the scout may actually be faster. 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. No, they have the same movement. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we'll send them up here. It's still going to take them 2 turns to get there, which is annoying, but whatever. We have the dust. Or we should have had the dust, but we do not. That's strange. The fact that we no longer need to focus on dust to get there, though, is actually a very useful thing for us, because it means we can go more into production here, and it also means that over here we can jump more into production as well. That much production here is just nuts. This is so much production. We're probably going to move some people into dust to make up the difference, just like that. And then once those guys are all in position, we're just going to start pumping out Vor, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're just going to start pumping out Vor. This is going to be the basis of our naval production right there. And it should be relatively quick at pumping those out. They look like they're going to take about 2 turns each, which is not long. That is not long at all. Okay, ending our turn here. Very excited for this, guys. I'm reasonably sure that once we pacify this and get our settler out, we'll be moving along. Roving Clans has just completed the Master of Markets deed. Be the first to have a city's total income from primary trade routes of at least 20. Nicely done on their part. Kudos to them. We're going to make them pay for taking our naval facility, though, and they should have known that. Okay. To pacify the Ninja, you please the Ninja who told you that you actually need to do, with a hero-led army, find and talk to the other Ninja village. Why, thank you. That was useless. Okay. And I think an Urkan may have just emerged. It did, and what does he want? He wants 30 Titan Bones. So we obviously do not have that. We don't have access to the luxury part of the market yet. The troublesome thing about this is it means that he's going to start unleashing Urkan lice onto our... Oh, guys. Oh, can we control Urkan lice? If we can, this is not troubling at all. Speaking of needing to control something, we should probably take these guys under our control here. Gonna cut us down to making only 2 dust per turn, which is fine. We're gonna send these guys up this way. We'll just whelp them on the Urkan. And in the meantime, we're gonna come over here and finish that pacification while popping out more and more Vor consistently. Unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode though, so that is going to be it. If you guys enjoyed the episode, go ahead and click that like button. If you want to see more of our great content on the channel ranging from 4X to Fire Pro Wrestling, go ahead and click that subscribe button and make sure to ding that bell notification, because every time you ding that bell notification, a Nidya gets its wings clipped, I guess. That sounds terrible. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!